Today we will be looking over the forced vital capacity, FVC, and forced expiratory volume ratio of the first second, FEV-1. To properly understand the rest of this presentation, it's important that we explain these terms. FVC is the amount of air exhaled after a max amount of inhalation. For example, think of taking one deep breath in and then one big breath out, and FEV-1 ratio is the maximum amount of air an individual can exhale after 1 second. These are the two main terms that are important to recognize, but there are other vocabulary and abbreviations that will be mentioned along the way. Don't worry, we will explain those too. Peak expiratory flow, or PF, is the rate of exhalation. This is how much air you are getting out of your lungs while breathing out. Residual volume, or RV, is the volume of air left in the lungs after max exhalation. Functional residual volume is the volume of air in the lungs after normal exhalation. Total lung capacity, or TLC, is the max amount of air after maximal inhalation. Now that we have covered these important terms, we can look at a graph that shows us the breathing rate of inhalation and exhalation. So looking into the inhalation and exhalation loop, we can see the graph for inspiration and expiration. The top half of the loop is going to be expiration and the bottom half of the loop is going to be inspiration. Now that we have addressed how to read the graph, we will take a closer look at how speedometry can help us measure one's FVC and FEV-1. We will look at an active demo from participant and good friend, Tom Schrader. Tom is a Caucasian male that is 5 feet 9 inches, 69 inches, weighing around 165 pounds, exercises regularly, and is active at playing men's soccer for Franklin College. To measure FVC and FEV-1, the participant has to take a long deep breath in and a short, but explosive breath out. The participant was able to provide us with a diagram that consisted of 4 to 5 rounds of breathing. Let us take a look. Alright, doesn't look too bad, right? Now let us take a look at the results of the participant's test. As you can see, for someone within his demographic, the participant is predicted to have a FVC of 5.42 liters, however, his best recording was 4.71 liters. His predicted FEV-1 is 4.54 liters, but he recorded having the best of 4.43 liters. Now, the results may sound like the participant is below the expectations for someone of his body type. However, when assessing the FEV-1/FVC ratio, the participant was predicted to have a percentage of 83.9, and he scored a percentage of 94.1. You're probably wondering what that means. No worries, we forgot to let you know in the beginning. FEV-1/FVC ratio is the ratio of the forced expiratory volume in the first 1 second to the forced vital capacity of the lungs. This means that the ratio is assessing the amount of air let go within the first second of a quick and sudden exhalation, after the lungs had reached their TLC. So, going back to the participant, his ratio is actually healthy and significant because the data implies that he is releasing the proper amount of air within the first second of exhalation. Well folks, we thank you for your time, and we hope that you can go home saying you have learned a thing or two about breathing.